Okay, imagine this. 3 former US presidents, Bush, Clinton, and Obama, sitting down not to campaign or give speeches, but to write essays about their predecessors. Sounds odd, right? But here's the twist. They are doing it in silence about the most polarizing president in modern history. Welcome to the In Pursuit Project, a 250th anniversary deep dive into American leadership that's as much about today's chaos as it is about the past. Let me break this down. /n/n So, the premise is noble: celebrate the nation's history through essays by historians, politicos, and even Michelle Obama and Karl Rove. But here's the kicker: Donald Trump and Joe Biden are left out, because they are too fresh for historical analysis. Yeah, sure. More like the project's curator, Colleen Shogan, got axed by Trump last year for doing her job, preserving records he probably wanted buried. The irony? This series, designed to rise above partisanship, is steeped in the very tensions it avoids naming. /n/n Take George W. Bush's essay on George Washington. On the surface, it's a love letter to the No Kings ethos. But read between the lines, Bush praises Washington's choice to walk away from power twice, a not-so-subtle jab at Trump's refusal to accept election loss and his obsession with a third term. When Bush writes, Washington's humility remains consequential, he might as well be staring down the barrel of a Mar-a-Lago press release. And yet, Bush never says Trump's name. It's like watching a chess game where everyone knows the rules, but pretends not to. And then there's General McChrystal on Ulysses S. Grant. McChrystal, a guy who led wars in Afghanistan, uses Grant's legacy to critique leaders who prioritize loyalty over law. Sound familiar? He calls out Grant's era for bending institutions toward personal power, a phrase that echoes Trump's demand for fealty from DOJ officials and generals. But here's what fascinates me: McChrystal doesn't just bash Grant. He admits the temptation to abuse power is timeless. That's the scary part. Trump isn't an outlier. He's a symptom of a rot that's always simmered beneath the surface. /n/n Bill Clinton writing about Teddy Roosevelt. That's where it gets spicy. Clinton celebrates TR's crusade against corporate monopolies, but doesn't gloss over his racist views. It's a tightrope walk, praising progress while acknowledging exclusion. And this, I think, is the series' strongest card. By refusing to whitewash history, it dismantles the myth that Trump invented patriotic education. The left and right have always battled over whose stories get told. This project just exposes how fragile that balance is. /n/n But let's talk about Shogan. Fired by Trump for no public reason, she's the ghost haunting this project. Her insistence on nonpartisan storytelling rings hollow when you realize her dismissal was anything but. The National Archives isn't just a storage locker for dusty papers, it's a battlefield for how we remember who we are. Trump's grudge over classified documents. That's not about security, it's about control. If you can control the narrative of the past, you shape the rules of the future. /n/n What's the takeaway here? History isn't a shield to deflect today's fights. It's a mirror. Bush's Washington, McChrystal's Grant, Clinton's TR, all their flaws and virtues, are blueprints for decoding 2025. The real question isn't whether Trump's name is in these essays. It's whether we're honest enough to see him in every unspoken subtext. And honestly, that's what makes this series essential. Not because it answers questions, but because it forces us to ask better ones. Like, how do we protect institutions when the line between law and loyalty keeps blurring? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What historical figure do you think we're misreading through today's lens?